Sydney from PhoneDog.com. This is the Samsung Craft. It is probably one of the best messaging phones, if not the best messaging phone, on the market right now. And, you know, a little bit on TouchWiz. It's not the TouchWiz that you'll see on the Galaxy S devices. It's a more standardized messaging phone version. But you do have 3 home screens that you can use to customize. You can put different widgets on them. You'll notice that it does actually come with the wallpapers from the Galaxy S devices. So it's kind of interesting, I guess, to give you the feel as if you had those. You can also, you know, set your own picture if you'd like. And then you have your widget drawer here, which has options for the different widgets that you can add. In the main menu here, you see you have a lot of MetroPCS custom apps. And, you know, it may seem like bloatware, but they really do come in handy. You know, this is a personal email app. You have IMing and social. Metro Studio, you can download ringtones, videos, ringback tunes. Then you have Metro Navigator, Metro Web. So it seems like a lot of bloatware, but really you're probably going to use a lot of those features, so it's really not too bad. So on to, you know, probably the main event, since it is a messaging phone, we'll take a look at the keyboard. And so you'll see it's a standard keyboard. I mentioned how, you know, I don't usually like it when the space bar is in between, you know, it's in a row of letters and it's in between 2 letters. But actually, this one is a little bit different, and I'm going to mention this, and it's going to be really probably going to complain about it, but I'm going to say this, okay? Usually, when the space bar is in a row of letters, it's in between the V and the B. And so the V would be right here, and then the B is over here, and so everything else would be kind of offset, you know, pertaining to that. But this one is actually in between the B and the N, and I know that sounds really small, I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but it actually does make a huge difference when typing. Usually having the space bar in a row of letters is uncomfortable and takes a while to get used to, but I don't know, just, you know, the extra letter on the left side made it a lot easier to type on, and so the keyboard was great. The keys are nice and rubbery, so you have great grip on them. You know, they're sort of flat, but it's not too big of a deal. It was relatively easy to type on. You know, one thing that was a little irritating is that there's no dedicated period key, which to me seems like it should just be a no-brainer, you know, it should just be there. But it wasn't too bad, just push function and N really quick, or function and M for the question mark. So I would have liked to have a dedicated period key, but it actually wasn't too hard to get used to. So overall, I thought the keyboard was great. The phone does not have threaded text messaging. So if we go to messages here, you'll see you have your inbox and your outbox. And so when you go to your inbox, it'll just show it by date or time received. So this is, you know, obviously from the same person, but it's just an order of time received, and then outbox, same thing. So, you know, kind of disappointing that it doesn't have threaded text messaging, but it's not too bad, and but you know, if that is a feature that you like, it's something to take note of. Okay, so as far as, you know, overall design of the phone, I really like it because the phone feels very solid in the hand. It doesn't feel like a cheap messaging phone at all. It does have some heft to it, just because it has this physical keyboard, and also because it's just a more solid phone than a typical Samsung messaging phone. So it does kind of have a heft to it, but it's the kind that makes you feel good. You know, it makes you feel like you're holding a solid device in your hands. And, you know, I think it looks great. You have the back there. It actually comes with this cleaning cloth, which is very nice. Samsung Craft, so you can use that to clean it off. But, you know, it just looks really nice. You have a couple of details on the top and bottom that give it, you know, just an extra edge. You'll notice you do have a 3.5mm headphone jack and micro USB charging port. And then on the other side you have the micro SD card slot, and it actually ships with a 2 gig card, which is pretty impressive. This supports up to 32 gigs. But you know, another exciting thing is that on the 2 gig card that the phone ships with, you get, like I said earlier, the full-length Star Trek film. So that's pretty cool, and the film actually takes up pretty much the entire card, but that's okay. You can put another card in there and then, you know, slip the 2 gig card anytime you want to watch the movie. So, you know, overall, I'm really liking the phone. Like I said, it's probably, you know, one of the best messaging phones on the market right now, if not the best messaging phone. The only downside is that, you know, you're going to get all excited about, you know, like, oh my gosh, it has an AMOLED display and a capacitive touchscreen and it's 4G and it's going to be an awesome phone. But what you have to keep in mind is that it's still a messaging phone, so web browsing won't be the greatest. You know, you can have email, but it's not going to be the smoothest operation that you've ever seen. So, you know, kind of keep that in mind. Don't get it and think that just because it's 4G, everything's going to be awesome, because it's still a messaging phone. There's still some limitations. But for being a messaging phone, it's great. It's going to be probably the best experience you've had. Now, battery, like I mentioned earlier, you know, wasn't the best, but it lasted long enough. A day and a half is long enough, you know, to get you through, you know, to the next time that you can charge it. So, definitely very impressed. The camera was great. The screen is beautiful. Overall design is great. I love TouchWiz, and everything to me performed very well, except for video playback, which I mentioned earlier, and the Wi-Fi. It's just a nice added bonus. I had this weird thing with Wi-Fi sort of like switching on and off just at random times, and I would have to turn it on myself. Not a huge deal because I can just go here and tell it to turn on, but just kind of interesting that I had that problem. But anyway, so it's a Samsung Craft from MetroPCS. I would definitely recommend it if you're on MetroPCS. You know, I don't really know if it's worth switching because, you know, Metro is still kind of, you know, a smaller regional carrier. It's one of the largest, but you still, you know, you might not have the best call quality, and not everyone's going to want to switch to a prepaid plan. Some people just don't like that. So, and also you're going to have to pay full price for the phone. But if you are on Metro and you're looking for a solid messaging phone, this is definitely it, and it bodes well for the future of messaging phones. If we can get this, the capacitive touchscreen, or the 3.2 megapixel camera with autofocus and a flash, if we can get those features on more messaging phones, I think that would be great. So the Samsung Craft is a great start, and I was very pleased with it. Go check it out at a MetroPCS store. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and watching it until the end while I was rambling on through everything. I really appreciate that, guys. Anyway, be sure and check out PhoneDog.com for more news, updates, and reviews. We have tons of videos on our YouTube channel, but the website is really where it's at. It's where you can get all the latest breaking news and rumors. So check out PhoneDog.com, our Facebook page, Facebook.com/PhoneDog. If you have any questions, follow me on Twitter. My screen name is It's My Job to Know. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'm Sydney, and I'll see you guys later.